Okay, hi, it's Rebecca and Aliah again with Inland Empire Couples Counseling, and we have anxiety skill number 2. What are we talking about?
So right now, our second recommendation is creating a transition, right? A lot of us may be working from home right now, and we want to be able to allow ourselves to have that transition of, okay, I have clocked off of work, now let me transition to home life, right? And even other than during this tough time, just allowing yourself a transition period throughout your normal day-to-day.
And this is stuff that we do all the time, but in our normal lives, when it's going well, we don't really notice it.
Mm-hmm.
But we have little routines that help us switch from friend mode into professional mode, or from work mode into home mode and parent mode. And, maybe that's the drive home, or it's changing your clothes or whatever. Like, these are things that help us physically and mentally mark the shift from one activity to another, and they also have the benefit of giving us just a little bit of downtime in between, because you can't be on all the time. Taking the time to create transitions when you're overwhelmed at any time in life is useful and great, especially if you're thoughtful about those transitions being something that is calming and intentional. But I think especially right now, where so many of us have our routines just thrown upside down.
Yes. Upside down. And some of us may feel like we're in a whirlwind. There we go. See? Whirlwind. Okay. Yeah. Some of us may feel like that right now, and just allowing yourself to say, I deserve some me time. Let me figure this out. And if that's just me listening to my favorite song and singing at the top of the lungs, then that's what I'm going to do, right? And then I'll get back to work, right? So just creating that safe space for you guys to allow yourself to feel and to create that change.
Okay, so we didn't prep for this, but real quick, brainstorm.
Okay.
What could we put into a transition at home?
Okay, like someone who's working from home and transitioning to home life after they clock out, you mean, or?
Yeah, or even just if you need to make a mental shift from, I was just watching the news, or I was just on social media and I saw all of this stuff that's really kind of freaking me out, and now I want to be home and I want to feel safe at home and not freaked out. Right. So you mentioned already listening to music, but what else can we just brainstorm? Could people put in as a transition? Okay, so a transition can be numerous of different coping skills. So you could transition in the sense of, music, maybe watching something funny. Humor is always a good thing to do when we're feeling stressed out or anxious, right? Maybe watch your favorite TV show. I like speaking to my husband about things, oh my God, I have this, and then we process, and then next thing you know, we switch the subject, and I'm like, okay, I'm now in wife mode, right? Go cook dinner. Let's see, what else could be some transition with it? Maybe reading, or even writing things down. Maybe creating a to-do list to kind of say, once I create this to-do list, I am now leaving all this for tomorrow, right? And kind of setting that boundary with yourself. Okay, I said I'm going to do it tomorrow, so I'm not going to talk about it or hit on it anymore tomorrow. Yeah, I was going to suggest something along the lines of journaling, changing your clothes, think about stuff that you do regular life transitions. If that means you're pulling your hair back, or you're switching out your contacts for glasses, or
showering. That's my biggest transition.
Brush your teeth.
Yes.
Even just taking a step outside. If you live in a place where you can go for a short walk around the block, that's great. Or if you can just open the window and step out on a balcony and get some sunshine on your face. If that's just for a minute or two, that can be a thing that is a mindful way to go, okay, I'm shifting from one thing to another. A little bit of exercise maybe. It doesn't even have to be a huge workout, but just some kind of stretching, moving your body.
So it's intentionally doing something to create that transition, right? To let it be known that, okay, I'm leaving this behind and now I'm doing this now.
Right.
I hope you guys enjoyed tip number 2 on ways to kind of manage some anxiety during this time and in general.
Right. Share this with anyone who you think it might help, and comment on the video if you haven't found any great ideas for how you're transitioning that's really working for you.